why is search one of the most important things that we do on a fire ground? I mean, yes, it's for them and it's for the victims and everything else. And all that is definitely true. And that's definitely why we're searching the fire ground. That's why we're going in as fast as we can. But what is the purpose of being aggressive and getting in there and getting those victims quickly? Is it just the search in and of itself, or is there more to it than that? All right. I'm a big reader, and the quote up on top of the screen right now is from Lawrence Gonzalez's book, Deep Survival. What is the true heroism in any action whatsoever? All right, because any idiot can go in there and throw their own life away and do anything, but the heroism is in the preparation. It's in that preparation of what we do to protect ourselves, to protect the occupants, protect the victims, and to do things, as we like to say at Insight Training, intelligently, aggressively. All right, anybody can be aggressive. It doesn't take any knowledge, training, or technology, period, to be aggressive. But to be intelligently aggressive takes training, takes preparation, and it takes a special mindset. All right. Well, why are we searching a building anyway? Well, we're searching the building because there's potentially people in there. Why do people get trapped? People get trapped because of that second quote by the Psychology Association in the United States. 75% of people caught in a catastrophe either freeze or simply wander around in a daze inside the building. Believe it, a fire inside someone's residence is a catastrophe for them at that particular point in time. They don't know what to do when they wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and their home is full of smoke. We can go to every school we want. We can go to every commercial building we want to, and we can preach that stay low, get out a window, get out the front door, have a meeting place. We can preach that all we want to. And yes, it helps. All that stuff goes a long way, and it helps to save lives. I'm not saying fire prevention doesn't save lives, but in the end of the day, 75% of people caught in these catastrophes will not know what to do. They're going to freeze, or what we like to say is they're going to go back to that base level. We talk about live fires and stretching hose lines down hallways at those live fire training events that we go to. And what we do, we crawl down the hallway, we're charging down the hallway, we get to the room, the instructor stops you and says, all right, you see that? Hit it, squirt, 3 times, shut the line down so you don't put the instructor's fire out. And then you back out of the building. Well, what happens when that same rookie on that hose line stretches that same hallway 2 weeks later at 3 o'clock in the morning for the real deal? They get all the way down the hallway, they get to the room of the fire, and they squirt, and then shut the nozzle down. I've seen it myself. We've probably all seen it at some point in our careers. You may have been that rookie on the line. I was when I first got hired on the fire department. So it's a mindset that has to be changed, and it only changes through training and preparation. Normal citizens don't train for fires. They don't train to get out of fires. They listen to us speak once a year in October. The kids listen to us speak once a year in October. And then 6 months down the road, they have no idea what we just talked about. So we are searching buildings because of that, because of what happens to people's mindsets inside a fire. Enhanced search methodology is about 2 things. It's about what people do in a fire and how we can get in there and get them. All right. We use thermal imaging cameras. Thermal imaging cameras have been proven to take us from a 60% failure rate to a 99% success rate. There was a study done in a lot of northeastern fire departments, a lot of very, very busy fire departments, New York, Boston, Chicago, San Francisco, back in the 90s when thermal imaging has been around the fire service for a long time, but when thermal imaging was just starting to kind of get its ramp up in the fire service, and we were starting to kind of look into what its advantages were, what people could and couldn't do with it, and how much faster, if at all, does it actually make you. And this study was done on these fire crews where they sent these guys into a building and said, all right, go search that building and look for victims. And they searched the buildings, they looked for victims. Sometimes they found them, sometimes they didn't. They came out of the building slapping hands. Woo, we did a great job. We were aggressive. That was awesome. They missed the victim 60% of the time. 60%. Think about that for a second. If there were 10 people trapped in that building, 6 of them would have died. All right. Now they did that same test where they took those same crews and they did the same buildings, changed configurations and things like that, but they put a thermal imaging camera in their hands and they trained them on it. They sent them back into the buildings and told them to make the same searches. They searched the building again, and when they came out this time, they had found those victims 99% of the time. 99% of the time they found them. Not only did they find them 99% of the time, but they did it in half the time or better. Half the time. Now, if you don't believe that, and if you don't think that going from 60% failure to 99% success is worth your time and worth taking that camera off the truck, then give me a call and we'll talk some more. All right, but for now, and to drive that point home, one thing to think about that I've done with my own crew, just some research and studies that I've done with my own crew, is I kind of did a similar study with them where I let them search buildings without ticks in their hands, and then we searched buildings where I was carrying a tick. And I can tell you right now, just from the experience that I've seen, we've done those things in training environments at least in half the time, searching for victims and getting victims out of doors, windows, wherever we were searching for those victims at.